Ron, we're recording this to coincide with the AGM. You've had smaller meetings with similar supporter groups, but I know you're looking forward to talking to the shareholders and supporters at large.
I am. I mean, we've put in a lot of effort over the last 6 months or so, 7 months, to kind of create a vision and a plan for the club. And I want to share that with the shareholders. At the end of the day, they're stakeholders in the success of the club. So I think it's good for them to get a sense of the vision and the direction that the club is going in.
So we've hinted at, teased at the big plan for months. Supporters have been waiting patiently to hear it. You've set the bar high. We as a club have set the bar high.
I think so. I mean, I think we've set a plan that's aspirational. It's not going to be an easy plan to execute, but I think at the end of the day, we want to set big goals for ourselves. We want to be a better club. We're a phenomenal club already, but we want to be a better club than we are. And I think in every area of the club, we can improve. So that's a little bit of kind of the MO of the plan, is basically looking at different aspects of the club operations and trying to improve every single one of them.
So we're fresh off the announcement about the Greenest Club initiative. We are a club who is embedded in our community, but first and foremost, we're a football club, and as you say yourself, we're in the business of happiness. So is it fair to say that first team achievement and investment's at the heart of this plan? I
think so. I mean, at the end of the day, that's our product. And everything that we do at the club is to essentially support our team, our first team, because that's what really drives the support and drives the whole Hibs experience. So everything that we're doing, and you can see it now, the investments that we're making in the football team, I think are going to hopefully be kind of paramount to the plan and the success of the club.
So what is Hibernian on the pitch for you? What is success? What's the yardstick going to be?
Well, I think in our plan, we want to be in the top 4 of Scottish competitions, whether it's either of the 2 cups, the league, and we want to be competing in Europe every year. So that should be kind of our minimum goal and standard. Hopefully we will achieve that. As you know, in football, it's easy to say, hard to do. But I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to play at that level on a consistent basis.
So you want to help drive that by doubling the player budget by 2023? It's one of the headline statements in your plan.
It is. I think that there are no guarantees that with more resources from a financial perspective, we're going to have the success that we're looking for, but it gives us a better chance of having the success. So I'd like to put some resources behind the payroll for the first team, so that we can bring the right kind of talent to help us compete at the highest level.
So I think it's important to say that for all the things we're going to talk about off the pitch, it's never going to be at the expense of what's on it.
Yes, I mean, I think that's always a concern with supporters, that we're going to take money out of the football team and put it into something else. I think we're not going to do that. We're going to continue to invest in the football team, but there are other things that need to happen at the stadium, at Easter Road in particular, and a few things at HTC to take the club to another level. So I think we need to be kind of balanced in our investment, but I think supporters need to be aware and comfortable that our primary investment is always going to be the football team. That's really our primary focus. But there are going to be a lot of things that we're going to do with this plan to try to enhance the game day experience at Easter Road.
Well, let's go on to talk about that. So the aim is to fuel this football success with increased revenue streams off the pitch.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think if we could improve every aspect, whether it's attendance is number one. So first of all, let me just thank all the supporters, season ticket holders who come every weekend to support the club, or every other weekend to Easter Road to support the club. I mean, at the end of the day, they're the foundational group that really keeps our club going forward in an important way. So I think one of the things that we like to do is grow our season ticket base, grow our game day attendance as well. That, at the end of the day, is our number one revenue category, so we need to continue to invest in that and grow that. We also would like to elevate the level of sponsorships, commercial sponsorships. It's not been easy in Scottish football to get sponsors, but I'm hopeful that we're going to create the kind of product and product mixes that will entice corporations and small businesses to participate and join Hibs in their marketing efforts.
You've been quite outspoken about your disdain for the term breaking even, because that leads to, I think, stagnation in your eyes.
I think so. I mean, to be a successful club, you have to be a successful business. I don't think you can name a football club that's successful that loses money. I mean, that's just, they don't go together. So I think it's important for us to make money so that we can invest in our club. The more that we make, the more that we can invest. And for that, we need everybody that's associated with the club to chime in, to, again, going back to season ticket holders, sponsors, people in the community who can be a part of our journey.
It's obviously going to be a collective effort if we achieve anything, but some chunky numbers in here. You've talked about increasing the turnover by 50% by 2023 and 100% in 2025.
I think so. I mean, I think it's a nice, ambitious goal. If we could have a sellout crowds on a consistent basis by our 150th anniversary, I think it would be fantastic. And the truth of the matter is, I don't think we're that far away. We're at 13,000 season ticket holders right now. So for us to get to 16,500, 17,000 season ticket holders, giving us a little bit of a window so that we can have game day opportunities for supporters who want to sample, for example. It's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. And I think with a little bit of effort and focus and a little bit of investment, we should be able to accomplish that.
It's fair to say there's been a lot of effort and focus and investment going into Easter Road. You've talked about £1 million investment into the matchday experience. Is almost a tired term that some people are bored of hearing, but you want to make a fundamental difference to the whole Easter Road matchday experience.
I think I do. I really do. I think, first of all, Easter Road is already a phenomenal venue to come and watch football. But I think we can do some things to kind of bring it up to kind of 21st century football. That's using digital platforms. So we're looking to put a big screen at the stadium, perhaps some ribbons. We're in the middle of balancing all the budgets and things, but ribbons, a new audio system. The audio system right now is a little old. It doesn't sound so good, and we want to create that. Basically. Crank up the volume and just make it a little bit more special. There's also the other part of it is we want to produce it so that when you come to Easter Road, it's a festive occasion. There's something special about it. And I think that's what we want to create, get kind of that environment where it's really a special, just a special event, and for families, for fans, and the football is just kind of really celebrated.
So the audio system's going to be a big tick for supporters. I think the message here is that we're listening. People have been suggesting this for a while now, and we are listening. I
think so. I think we put a lot of effort. I certainly on a personal level have, but I think Leanne and the entire management team has looked at all the different things that have been issues, and we're trying to incorporate and address some of those in all our plans. So whether it's the audio system, which I know people complained about that, or the pies, the kiosks, things like that, we're trying to address it, and in all our plans.
So the kiosks are coming in-house. That's another development.
It is. The kiosks, as you know, we have a third party right now providing that service. I think what we'd like to do is bring it in-house so that we can have a more direct touch point with our supporters. And I think we can hopefully provide better service, certainly better quality product, and create just, again, an experience from a vending and food service perspective that is better.
And this enhanced experience is going to translate to the hospitality packages. It's going to be across the stadium.
As well. That is not necessarily a priority, although we're going to start with the Edinburgh Suite and really upgrade that. But I think, over the next 2 or 3 years, we're going to take a look at our entire hospitality suite of products and create different products at different levels so that everybody that wants hospitality can participate.
But fundamentally, wherever you sit in the stadium, you're going to have a better Easter Road experience.
I think so. I think that the whole idea is for us to, again, create an environment that's very positive, that's very high energy, that really kind of elevates how we project the club, both on the pitch and off the pitch.
So we're going to put the best team we can on the park with the best stadium we can off the park, but we're really passionate about ensuring that place is packed out consistently.
I think so. I can't stress enough how wonderful it would be for both for the players and for all of us to see the stadium full, the crowd really behind the team, and really kind of elevate what we're doing. I think it already has a wonderful vibe to it, and I think we can just take it to the next level. I think it's going to work really, really well for the club.
It's around that time of year as well where we start to talk about season tickets for next year, and obviously season ticket holders are hugely important. Very important.
At the end of the day, they're kind of the foundational piece of the club. So we'd like to have more season ticket holders. It's an area that I think we can grow, and if that's kind of the base. So the more season ticket holders that we have, the more pressure it puts on our ability to sell the remaining seats, which hopefully we'll be able to do that and kind of get as close to sell it as we can. This is the first year, and I hope this is a 5-year plan that we're rolling out. But I think we can make a lot of progress on the ticket side.
So even aside from the pies, there's a lot for Hibs fans to sink their teeth into. If you were summing up, why should Hibs fans be excited about the next few weeks, months going into the big wow next season?
Well, I think we have a fantastic club. it's got a history and a heritage that is really special. I mean, it's a club that really means a lot to its fans. And I think that's something that we should, as I said last night when I had a meeting with some supporters, the soul of the club is just incredibly special. It's just, and what we're going to try to do is just elevate that and let more people know about what a special club this is, and how meaningful it is to the people of Edinburgh, the people of Scotland, and the Scot fans all over the world, because I run into them. And I think, hopefully this plan will allow us to really make some important steps forward.